This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Friday. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Ray Collins has the day off. Let's get straight to it and check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. Good morning, John. How are you doing over there today?
Good morning. Pretty good, actually. We have a reasonable day in store for us in terms of weather to commence preparations. We're looking at a forecast track that just came out from the Hurricane Center, and it hasn't changed much since yesterday. I'm sure all of you know, unless you go to bed very early, that the forecast track did shift a little bit to the west yesterday afternoon and evening. And as of 11 o'clock last night, a hurricane watch has been posted for our area, from Anna Marie southward, as well as for Sarasota County's coastal regions and Charlotte's coastal regions, Lee's coastal regions. We do have a storm surge watch up as well. Right now, storm surge not a big issue, but of course any variation in the track of this storm will have a major impact on our weather. There are the watch warn areas right now. The hurricane watch for South Florida has now shifted into a hurricane warning. The forecast track for the storm remains basically unchanged. It takes it up the very tip of the state and right up the spine of the state over the course of Sunday into Monday. We'll have the impacts of that track on our weather coming up in just a few. Back to you.
Thank you so much, John. Taking a look at first alert traffic this morning, looks like there are some slowdowns on State Road 70 and east and west direction, really your only concern in Manatee County. Some congestion on 41 heading southbound, also towards downtown Sarasota near the Bayfront, and Clark Road heading towards the interstate. South County looking pretty quiet at 5:02 on your Friday. Topping our news this morning, a lot of homeowners on the Suncoast are getting their homes ready for Irma. Many are getting sandbags and also putting up hurricane shutters. Our Rick Adams has more.
Sandbags are the hot item here. County officials say more than 2,000 bags are going out every hour at this location in Newtown, which is one of 3 in Sarasota County. Jennifer Gaynor, seen here on the left, was getting help with the sandbags from her young daughter. She grabbed a bunch of bags to not only help to protect their home, but some businesses as well.
I think that with the path being over the entire state of Florida, that we need to take as much precaution as possible because we really don't know exactly where the storm's going to be going.
For longtime Sarasota homeowner George Reed, he's not taking any chances. He spent part of his Thursday making sure his hurricane shutters are in place and ready for Irma.
I think it's very important, particularly when you have enough time to prepare.
There are many different types of shutters you can get to protect your home at different price ranges, including the aluminum, which are the cheapest, plexiglass, and vinyl. Experts say if you're uncertain about how to put up hurricane shutters, have someone help.
Start early and don't wait until the last minute to try to find somebody to do it. Try to line somebody up.
It's been very busy for workers who specialize in hurricane shutters. For some of the bigger homes, it can take all day long to get the shutters up.
This is actually our first one. After this one, we're going to go to another mansion to finish up finish the outside of the windows.
Whether it's the shutters or the sandbags, folks aren't messing around with the storm or their home. In Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Happening today, Manatee County is issuing a voluntary evacuation for low-lying areas and mobile home residents, including Holmes Beach. It starts this morning at 7 o'clock. People living in mobile homes or the county evacuation level A, red-colored areas on this map near the coast, rivers, streams, and low-lying areas are allowed to leave. Manatee County declared a state of emergency on Wednesday. 5 emergency shelters will open today in Manatee County starting at 4 p.m. They are Myakka Elementary School in Myakka City, Braden River High, Manatee High, Mills Elementary in Palmetto, and Nolan Middle School in Lakewood Ranch. Braden River, Manatee High, Mills, and Nolan are all pet-friendly. Nolan is also open for those with special needs. And in Sarasota County, officials are planning a voluntary evacuation as well today for Zone A, barrier islands, and other areas known for flooding. Residents are encouraged to learn their evacuation zone and the location of open shelters nearest to their homes. Well, lots of flights in and out of Florida are canceled or delayed because of Irma. Right now, the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport reports that all flights are on schedule. However, American Airlines has canceled all flights between Saturday at noon and Monday at 11 a.m. Elite Airways has also canceled flights on Sunday. JetBlue, Delta, and Air Canada has not yet announced flight delays. or changes. As for other airports, flights have also been canceled out of Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and West Palm. If you plan to fly out over the next few days, you should check with your airline to make sure there have not been any changes. And if you still need them, more sandbags will be handed out in locations across the Suncoast today. In Manatee County, sandbags will be available at 4 locations from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. They will be at Buffalo Creek Park in Palmetto, Lakewood Ranch Park, the Stormwater Ops in Bradenton, and the Rabonia Community Center in Palmetto. Meanwhile, in Sarasota County, sandbags will be available at 3 sites: Newtown Estate Parks, Twin Lakes Park, and the South County Fleet Facility in Venice. Up to 15 bags are available for each household until supplies run out. Some Suncoast homeowners may want to make another major preparation for the storm: your pool. In order to cut down on damage and your time cleaning up after the storm, here are a few tips from the Florida Swimming Pool Association. Do not drain your pool. You may think this will help with possible flooding, but the water in your pool will actually prevent cracking, lifting, and damage. You also do not need to lower the water level in your pool. It's recommended you superchlorinate or shock your pool before the storm and turn off the pool's electrical equipment at the circuit breaker beforehand. Also, bring inside all of your outside furniture. Those items can become missiles in strong winds. 5:06 this morning, and Floridians are complaining at a record-setting rate about price gouging at gas prices and other essential items. The state's hotline has received thousands of phone calls in the last 2 days about inflated prices for food, water, and ice. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the hotline has never seen this much action. The majority of the calls have come from Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach counties. If you have evidence of price gouging, you can also call the state's hotline at 1-866-9-NO-SCAM. And with so many people trying to evacuate the state, the availability of gas is becoming a major concern. People are seeing long lines at the pump and higher prices, and even some gas stations that are out of fuel completely. In order to get more gas, all Florida ports are open and available to accept fuel shipments. Governor Rick Scott has waived restrictions and regulations to expedite those shipments. The same restrictions have been waived in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Alabama.
One of our top priorities right now is fuel availability. We know there are problems with supply at gas stations and are working around the clock to get fuel to you.
Governor Scott has also directed state police to escort fuel trucks to gas stations along evacuation routes to expedite that fuel delivery. If you know you're going to a shelter, Governor Scott is asking you to only buy the fuel that you need. This way, everyone who is leaving the area is able to do so quickly and safely. First responders and hospitals on the Suncoast are putting their hurricane action plans in place. Places like Sarasota Memorial Hospital are preparing to respond. If Hurricane Irma brings high winds to Sarasota County, it could prevent firefighters and EMS from being able to respond to emergencies. And area hospitals like Sarasota Memorial are still debating whether or not to go onto lockdown, which would mean keeping a team of doctors and nurses at the hospital, and visitors would be encouraged to stay at home.
Because we're still taking people in, we're discouraging people from leaving, and if they could not visit, it makes it safer for the patient.
Now, if the power does go out at Sarasota Memorial Hospital, there are 5 generators and 80,000 gallons of diesel fuel ready to go at SMH. Governor Rick Scott also directing all public schools, state colleges, universities, and state offices to close today through Monday. Schools in both Sarasota and Manatee counties will be closed today through Monday. Charlotte County schools are closed as well, and many college campuses are also closed. The Ringling College of Art and Design has canceled classes until further notice. New College of Florida has canceled all classes today and Monday. The University of South Florida campuses, including the Sarasota Manatee campus, will be closed today through Monday, and the State College of Florida also closing today through Monday. Of course, lots of events have also been canceled due to the storm. 2 major ones we want to tell you about: the Sarasota Farmers Market. That will be closed this Saturday. It will resume regular hours next Saturday, September 16th. Also, the Memorial Open House for the beloved manatee Snooty is also being postponed. It was scheduled for this Sunday at South Florida Museum in Bradenton. That open house will now take place Sunday, September 24th from noon until 5 p.m. For a full list of closures and cancellations across the Suncoast, just head to our website, mysuncoast.com. And also ABC7 will have continuous coverage of Hurricane Irma's track over the next few days as it gets closer to Florida. We also want to make sure that you and your family are prepared. That's why we'll be showing an encore presentation of our hour-long special called Surviving a Hurricane right here on ABC7 at 9 a.m. this morning. The program offers information about supply kits, shelters, evacuation routes, and so much more to get you ready for the storm. It'll air today at 9 o'clock. You can also catch the special anytime that is convenient for you on our other platforms, including Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. Definitely urge people to watch that because it does give us information about the evacuation routes, which lots of people are asking about. And you don't necessarily want to leave if you're not in one of those first evacuation routes because those people need to get out first.
Absolutely right. They're calling for evacuation if they do in a very logical order. So, you know, you want to make sure that we keep the roadways as freely flowing as possible. By the way, on my Facebook page, and I think on our website as well, my Facebook page, John's Calls the ABC7, I put down the links to individual county evacuation zone maps, so you can just type in your address and find out where you are. I think we have that on our website too. It is very easy, and you should all do that. So a tip for the day, what you're supposed to do. We've been going each and every day describing what we should do, and today, shutters up. If you have them, why not put them up? I have the philosophy that, you know, expect the best, prepare for the worst.
Of course.
And that's what we need to do here. Prepare as though the eye of that storm shifts to the west and we get the worst of it. And, you know, hopefully that's not going to be the case.
Right.
That's the deal. If you have any boat preparations, you really want to finish those up because the winds are picking up already out there on open waters. Complete forecast for you coming up in a few.
All right, looking forward to it, John. Thank you. Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, your first alert traffic, and we'll tell you what street signs you need to pay attention to in case of an evacuation in Venice. And coming up a little later in the hour, we continue our coverage of Irma across the country when we come back.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Attention! Royal Seas Cruises has just announced their deal of the day, a $99 Caribbean cruise for 2 people. This amazing cruise deal to the Bahamas is only available to the first 500 callers who register in your area today. So get ready to write down this number and act fast. We know that the best type of traveler is a repeat guest, so we're offering this $99 Caribbean cruise to prove it. That's $99 per couple, including your stateroom, all your delicious meals, full spa, live entertainment, 3 kids clubs, and more. Come see why we were voted one of the top 10 best overall cruises by Cruise Critic. We're so sure you'll enjoy yourself and become a repeat customer that you're getting this deal of the day for the unbelievable low price of just $99 per couple. But you've got to act fast. Pick up the phone and be one of the first 500 callers to take the Caribbean cruise of a lifetime for just $99 per couple. Call right now or log on to royalcruisenow.com.
Call 800-906-0489.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
Now, your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
79 degrees, high dew point value coming in 78. I want everyone to know that the dew points will be high today. The temperatures will be warm and we'll have very high heat indexes, so do watch for that. The eye of the storm passing over Turks and Caicos continues on a trek that takes it just to the south of the major Bahama Island chains. It looks like over the course of the next couple of hours anyway. The center of the storm on this enhanced satellite view is clearly visible as having gone right over. It looks like the Turks and Caicos island chain there. And the center eye of the storm is right now undergoing an eye wall replacement cycle. What that means is that in large hurricanes like this, the eye, the core of the storm, cannot sustain indefinitely, so it needs to replace itself. I use the analogy of a snake shedding its skin in order for it to continue to develop, and that's the case here. What that means is that you could see, or probably will see, or have seen already, in fact you have seen already, a weakening of the storm. But that could be temporary, because as the eye wall is replaced, you start to see a strengthening take place thereafter. And the fact is it's going to be moving over some very warm, low shear environment. So there's no reason to expect this storm to decrease in intensity in any measurable degree as it marches up toward the tip of the state. Computer model spreads are still pretty good from reliable computer models in taking it up the state. Now, some of them are push it a little further to the west, the less reliable models. Some of the good models also push it a little further to the east. The model that has been performing most accurately thus far takes it right up the center of the state. And so the Hurricane Center has really moved their track very little since yesterday evening at 5 o'clock and then the 11 o'clock forecast as well, keeping it pretty much along the center of the forecast model consensus. A Category 4 storm right now with 155-mile-an-hour winds, almost a Category 5 storm, continuing on a track that's going to take it very close to the southern tip of the state, putting Miami in the most fierce section, the northeast section of the storm as it makes landfall. As it moves northward, it should rapidly weaken, and that is because of a couple of things. One, there's going to be a trough of low pressure, high shear environment, so there's going to be a tearing action at the storm that will weaken it. Plus, it will be removed from the warm water source that these storms need in order to survive as it moves over land. So as it moves northward, the strongest, the most destructive of the winds will start to decrease. What does that mean for us? Well, if it follows that track, let's say it follows that track exactly, that means we could expect to see tropical storm force winds or low end, possibly hurricane force winds, with the majority of the strongest winds located right along the center of the state. Of course, if that track moves a little bit further to the west, then our winds would be much worse, and it might be able to sustain itself as a stronger hurricane as it moves up the coastline. Also on that track toward the center or toward the east, our wind surge, our storm surge problems are going to be much less, though we do have a storm surge watch up for coastal regions of Sarasota County, Charlotte County, and Lee County. But right now the storm surge is looking like 1 or 2 feet possibly. Wind speeds, though, however, are still anticipated to be strong as high pressure builds in as this front decays. That area of low pressure, Irma, will lift right straight to the north end into parts of Tennessee. The take-home messages here are: put your personal plan of action into action today. Have it concluding by as early as you can tomorrow, as our winds are going to pick up tomorrow night. And then on Sunday, we'll start to see the onset of some tropical storm force winds and possibly even some hurricane force winds, depending on the actual track of the storm. Rain chances are going to go up. I've increased the rain chances in this forecast because the center of the storm is going to be closer to us now. So we'll look for about a 60% chance of storms, possibly even some severe storms with tornadoes as we head into Sunday and Monday. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at your first alert traffic this morning in Manatee County, looking pretty quiet. There are some slowdowns on 64 as you head towards the interstate. Other than that, State Road 70 and 301 looking good. In Sarasota County, there are some slowdowns on 41 heading northbound and Clark heading towards the interstate. In South County, looking pretty quiet at 520 on your Friday. As some people in South Sarasota County begin to evacuate, many are trying to find the best way out. Our Christopher Brantley has more on evacuation route options throughout Venice.
In the event an evacuation is ordered in Venice, these are going to be the most important signs. These letters are the different evacuation routes.
Familiarize yourself with what your letter is, and then that way, if your zone is called, then you know, you're not wondering what it is.
The signs can be found on most street corners, mostly attached to stop signs. For those worried they won't know if an evacuation is called, you can sign up for Code Red. It's an automated phone service by the City of Venice and Sarasota County. You'll need to sign up online, either at venicegov.com or scgov.net.
When a notice goes out, it doesn't go out once and it's never spoken of again, right? It's going to be, for hours, we're going to be talking about it on the radio, on TV, certainly on social media.
Sarasota County Emergency Management will make any evacuation orders. For those looking to leave, be warned, US 41 in Venice is under construction. While traffic has been flowing, it doesn't take much to cause a backup. River Road is a major evacuation route for much of South County, but it's only 2 lanes.
If we see a problem with congestion on regular roadways, the Sheriff's Office, Highway Patrol, and our law enforcement partners will initiate their traffic control points, move traffic faster.
EOC Manager Ed McCrane says any road that leads out should be considered an evacuation route. And there are many roads that lead to I-75. However, once you're on I-75, you're likely to hit traffic.
I-75 is going to be a problem as long as we have people evacuating from South Florida.
Navigation apps like Waze or Google Maps can be a big help in gauging time and finding alternate routes.
Fortunately, we have the technology of GPS, and I would recommend people use Waze and GPS if they have that capability.
Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Again, that automated phone service is called Code Red. You can sign up for Venice alerts at venicegov.com and alerts for all of Sarasota County at scgov.net. It is a great tool when trying to get that information from local governments. Now, if you'd like to evacuate but you do not have a way to get out of town safely, the state can help. The state has set up a transportation hotline. The number to call is 1-800-955-5504. If you call this number, the state will help get you out of the area. Again, that number is 1-800-955-5504. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Equifax says a giant cybersecurity breach compromised the personal information as many of 143 million Americans. That's almost half the country. And coming up at 5:30, the latest on the 8.1 magnitude earthquake that struck Mexico overnight. Stay with us, those stories and more when we come back.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599. 800-570-7599.
40 Carats Family Center presents a free speaker event, The Whole Brain Child, featuring world-renowned neuropsychiatrist and author Dr. Dan Siegel at Riverview High School Auditorium on Tuesday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. RSVP required at 40carats.org.
Well, just a reminder, you can send information, pictures, whatever you want to us here on Good Morning Suncoast. John and I have been constantly updating our Facebook pages with the most up-to-date information that you need to know in regards to Hurricane Irma. Lots of evacuation route links, lots of traffic links for real-time updates as far as that is concerned. John is constantly putting updates in regards to what the current track and model is of Hurricane Irma. So if you go check out our Facebook link, you'll be able to keep in contact with us throughout the storm. It's 5:26 this morning, and a data breach at one of the largest credit reporting agencies in the country may have exposed information belonging to millions of people. ABC's Nick Watt and Diane Macedo have those details in this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a massive data breach and how you can protect yourself.
The FBI is investigating the hack at credit reporting company Equifax. 143 million Americans may have been affected.
Experts say you should contact Equifax's rivals, TransUnion and Experian, to see if you have been affected.
The perfect dress for your big day may be just a click away and a bargain, because TJ Maxx is now selling wedding gowns.
Brides-to-be can shop at the outlet retailer in person or access the bridal store online. The website offers a variety of styles and top designers starting at just $50.
And here's some high-tech fashion for you. It can grow as your child grows.
It's the work of a young designer in Britain. The pleated fabric expands 7 sizes and can fit little ones from 6 months to 3 years old. It's said to be windproof, waterproof, breathable, and recyclable.
All right, those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Disabled American Veterans.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
How clean do you feel after going to the bathroom? Let's ask the experts.
It's as clean as a shimmering mermaid.
That's because only Cottonelle has clean ripple texture designed to clean better. How, Cottonelle, do you feel?
Big news from Advil. Advil Liquid Gels Minis, our first concentrated pill that rushes powerful relief. A small new size that's fast because it's liquid. You'll ask, what pain? New Advil Liquid Gels Minis.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
Looking for carpet? Look no further. Minnesota Flooring has Smart Strand carpet as low as $1.79 per square foot. Installed, no add-ons or extras. Unbelievable? Minnesota Flooring can have in-stock carpet installed in your home in 48 hours for as low as $1.99 per square foot. Don't miss these prices. Visit Minnesota Flooring today.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a with Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Start your day with Ray, Jacqueline, and John, the new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m. on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a strong message from Governor Rick Scott as more than 650,000 people are ordered to evacuate from Miami ahead of Hurricane Irma. Plus, we'll have a live look at the damage that the Category 5 storm left behind in the Caribbean. And an 8.1 earthquake hits Mexico overnight, the latest on the newest threat a majority of South America is now facing this morning. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us on this Friday. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Ray Collins has the day off. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi. John, lots of people wondering if they should stay, if they should go, what's happening now, what could happen next. What's going on?
Well, since yesterday, of course, at this time, what's new this morning is that the track has shifted a little bit further to the west, and so consequently we have a hurricane watch up for our area, plus a storm surge watch up for coastal areas from about Venice southward through Charlotte County and Lee County. Although storm surge does not appear to be a big problem, the forecast track of the storm remains unchanged. The storm itself undergoing an eye wall replacement cycle now with 155-mile-an-hour winds. It's a Category 4 storm. Stay if you can until you are given an order to evacuate, as emergency managers want to evacuate in a very clear, defined manner so that the roadways don't get clogged. As you mentioned, no mandatory evacuations are up for our area yet. As far as shuttering goes, yeah, that would be something. If you have shutters, I would recommend doing. Better safe than sorry. Expect the best and prepare for the worst, right? The forecast track by Sunday carries it through the southern tip of the state, then up the spine of the state. We'll discuss those forecast implications coming up in just a few. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Looking forward to chatting with you in a few minutes. Taking a look at first alert traffic in Manatee County, there are some slowdowns throughout downtown Bradenton. State Road 70 and 301 looking good. I-75 looking clear as we head into Sarasota County. Some slowdowns over towards the Bayfront, also towards Siesta Key, and in South County pretty quiet. Not a whole lot going on across the Suncoast at 5:33 this morning. Topping our news this hour, the latest on Hurricane Irma. Miami officials have ordered more than 650,000 people to evacuate the Miami area as Hurricane Irma churns toward a likely collision with the mainland of the U.S. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has more.
Hurricane Irma is the strongest storm to churn in the Atlantic Ocean, and it's plowing its way through the Caribbean.
It was the worst time in all my life, and I would not want to see another hurricane like this again.
With 175-mile-per-hour winds, Irma ravaged small northern Caribbean islands like St. Martin and Barbuda.
We were praying the whole time.
In Puerto Rico, the storm staying mostly offshore, but leaving nearly 1 million people without power, and it could take months before it's restored.
I'm very scared, so I'm just trying to get as far north as possible.
In Florida, the governor is stressing this could be a historic disaster and residents should listen to mandatory evacuations.
Remember, Hurricane Andrew is one of the worst storms in the history of Florida. This storm is much worse.
There's still some uncertainty as to where this northward turn will occur, but everyone in South Florida should be preparing for the landfall of a potentially catastrophic major hurricane.
Thousands of evacuees are clogging highways, some lining up for miles trying to fuel up as gas stations run dry.
We're just trying to get out of harm's way.
Others are riding out the storm, stocking up on water, supplies, sandbags. While airports are still packed with people trying to get out of Dodge, major airlines canceling more than 4,000 flights in Irma's path.
Hurricane Irma is expected to cover the entire state of Florida, and the storm won't stop there. Current weather models have it heading up north toward the Carolinas. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Miami.
Well, thousands felt the wrath of Irma in the Caribbean yesterday. This video was sent in from one of our viewers in Sarasota. His brother lives in the Virgin Islands. He sent this video of him riding out the Category 5 storm in his condo on the north side of the island. We're told he's okay, but the storm left his neighborhood with some extensive damage. Now, imagine going to work and being told to fly right through the center of a Category 5 hurricane. Well, that's the life of the hurricane hunters. They are currently flying into 3 different storms. On Wednesday's mission into Irma, crews flew through 200-mile-an-hour winds for 2 miles. Once they reached the eye of the storm, they say it was a very clear and beautiful center. Lieutenant Colonel Sean Cross coordinates flight crews and missions from an Air Force base in Mississippi and from a deployed location in the Caribbean. They collect critical storm data that might save lives.
We have a deployed location, which is an island of Curacao, just off of Venezuela. We have 3 aircraft there with about 60 people and maintenance personnel and parts, everything that it takes to sustain operations for an indefinite amount of time. They are currently flying Irma and Jose at the same time.
Starting Saturday, as it approaches the U.S., the hurricane hunters will assume all operations of Hurricane Irma. And be prepared to lose power. That's the message from Florida Power and Light. The electric company, which supplies service to more than half of the state, issued the warning during a press conference. Company officials say they'll be taking their 2 nuclear plants offline prior to Irma's arrival, and that you should anticipate power line damage and outages from the winds associated with the storm.
Let me be clear. What we're talking about, if Irma comes on shore and makes a landfall the way we are fearing, we will not be talking just about a restoration, but rather a rebuild of our entire infrastructure. And that, again, could take weeks, if not longer.
FPL says customers can report outages using their app, and they'll attempt to restore power during the storm in areas where wind speeds are less than 35 miles per hour. In Florida, orange growers are worried about Hurricane Irma and that it could push them to bankruptcy. The state's citrus industry is already in trouble thanks to a disease known as citrus greening, which caused a 50% decline in the last 5 years. Insects spread that disease, leaving fruit green, bitter, and unusable. But experts say a direct hit from Hurricane Irma could cause a disastrous blow to the industry. According to statistics from the Florida Department of Citrus, not from concentrate orange juice prices have been steadily climbing and are already at about $7.68 a gallon. 5:38 this morning, and a man with a knife at Miami International Airport was shot by police Thursday night. Miami-Dade police said the man had gained access to the tarmac area outside Terminal J. He then tried to enter the main airport terminal. Police confronted the man and tried to apprehend him. He was shot during that confrontation. Police say it's an isolated incident and not believed to be terror-related. The suspect was taken to a hospital in stable condition, and no one else was injured. Developing overnight, an 8.1 earthquake hit the coast of Mexico just a few hours ago. Rescues are already underway, and a tsunami warning has been issued for Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Panama, and Honduras. The quake was felt in Mexico City, with buildings shaking and people seen running into the street. If confirmed at magnitude 8.1, that quake would be bigger in strength than those that struck Mexico in 1995 and 1985. The latter hit close to Mexico City and caused thousands of deaths. No tsunami warnings have been issued for the U.S. West Coast. While shelter pets in Hurricane Irma's path are being flown out of harm's way, the Humane Society of Broward County in Florida sent more than 500 animals to California early on Thursday. They'll be kept at its partner shelter, Tony La Russa's Animal Rescue Foundation in Walnut Creek, California. At least 60 of the animals are from the Florida Keys, which is an area that's expected to get hit by the storm this weekend.
We're amazingly surprised that these animals weathered the plane flight very well. Certainly a little frightened, but very eager, and some of them very vocal to land here in California from Fort Lauderdale.
Now, the animals are temporarily staying in California to help Florida shelters make room for any incoming evacuated pets. They will eventually be brought back to Florida and put up for adoption. Definitely something you want to keep in mind if you have a pet here on the Suncoast or anywhere in Florida, want to have their shots up to date, want to have a microchip in them. So in the case that you have to go to a shelter or you get evacuated,
that will be required. They won't take the pets without that.
Exactly.
We have a new track that came out at 5 a.m. We'll detail that forecast for you in a second.
All right, looking forward to it. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, your first alert traffic, and we take a look at Australia's flu season on how it may affect us here in the U.S. We'll have that story next in Health Smart.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention blood thinner users. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If your loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
79-degree air temperature, dew point at 78. It's going to be a very hot, steamy afternoon. Irma undergoing an eye wall replacement cycle, having some fluctuations in its intensity currently. Still a Category 4 storm. The wind speeds have dropped about 5 miles per hour to 155 on a forecast track still that carries it toward the northwest and up toward the tip of the state of Florida by the time we get to Sunday. Here are the statistics for you. A 925 millibar pressure with a west-northwest motion at about 16. 155 mile an hour winds currently, as I mentioned, Cat 4, almost Cat 5, bringing it to the southern tip of the state on Sunday, early in the morning, as a strong Category 4 storm, and then lifting it right straight through the spine of the state. This is in agreement with most accurate computer models that have been forecasting well for this storm thus far. Some computer models still lie to the west, some computer models still lie to the east, but the Hurricane Center is putting the best track up through the spine of the state, which puts the west, the strongest, worst weather over on the other coast. That is not to say that we will not get impacts from this. We certainly will. We have a hurricane watch up for our area, and that may eventually be changed to a hurricane warning depending on the track and motion of this storm. It likely will. There is a good chance that we will see sustained tropical storm force winds of between 40 and 50 miles per hour, and then a chance of seeing some hurricane force winds of 74 better as we head into especially on Sunday into Monday. So the forecast for us kind of looks like this trough of low pressure pulling the hurricane up toward the state of Florida, high pressure then building in, and eventually that storm riding along the periphery of that high pressure ridge right up the spine of the state. Storm surge, if it takes that best track, should not be a big problem for our area, though we do have a storm surge watch up from Venice southward through the area. And right now, storm surge models from the Hurricane Center are showing anywhere from between a foot, 2 foot, less than 3 foot storm surge from Venice southward. So it doesn't appear to be a big deal. There may be some minor coastal flooding, but of course any shift in that track will greatly impact the storm surge potential. Put your personal plan into action today. The weather should cooperate pretty nicely. We will have showers and thunderstorms again this afternoon, and in fact the chance of those has gone up, but you need to get those preparations completed today or tomorrow at the latest in order to be prepared for the winds, which will start to pick up on Sunday. The red that you see here are hurricane force winds on our tropical tracker, and this is the wind radius around the center of the storm. As it tracks closer to the state of Florida, once it makes landfall, it will rapidly start to decrease in intensity so that the winds that we get across our region will most likely be strong upper-level tropical storm force winds or lower-level hurricane force winds, with most of the impact over toward the other coast and the southern tip of the state. Here's the hurricane force updated cumulative wind forecast showing that our area has, well, it has gone up a little bit, but it's still in the 30% range chance of seeing any kind of hurricane force winds. But tropical storm force winds by Saturday night, particularly on Sunday, jump up to about 70%. So I think we can expect, at minimum, tropical storm force winds around here. Looking at the rainfall forecast, that too has gone up for us. And that's something we really don't want to see because of our saturated grounds from recent rains, but it has because the track of the storm has shifted further toward the west. So we'll look for about a 60% chance of storms today. We may actually even dry out a little tomorrow as the storm approaches because we'll be on the drying, outlying area of the storm. But then as it gets closer to us on Sunday, our rain chances spike. We'll watch for the possibility of severe weather and then the increase in wind speeds as we progress through Sunday into Monday. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at your first alert traffic on this Friday morning, looking pretty quiet throughout Manatee County. Not a whole lot to report throughout that area. And it looks like in Sarasota County, there are some slowdowns on Bee Ridge Road and 41 heading southbound as you pass by the Stickney Point Bridge, and looking good throughout South County at 549 on your Friday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, they're having a really bad flu season down under. Influenza has hit Australia particularly hard this year. Kim Hutcherson has that and what it means for us here in the U.S.
Australia is having a worse than usual flu season this year. As of August 18th, there were nearly 94,000 laboratory-confirmed cases reported to government authorities. That's almost 2.5 times the number of infections they had in the same period last year. There have been 52 deaths in Australia associated with influenza, compared with 27 at the same time last year. There have also been more flu-related hospitalizations, 1,429 versus 719 in last year's surveillance report. According to Australia's surveillance system, adults over the age of 80 and children between the ages of 5 and 9 have been most affected. Influenza A is the predominant strain circulating in Australia, and 81% of deaths were caused by it. Since the Southern Hemisphere's flu season precedes the one in the Northern Hemisphere, experts say it sometimes provides clues about what's to come. Of course, with influenza, exact outcomes are impossible to predict, so talk to your healthcare provider about getting a flu shot. The vaccines are designed to fight the influenza strain that will be most common during the upcoming season. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll update your top local news headlines. And despite Irma's impending arrival, that isn't stopping Floridians from helping each other out. We'll have a heartwarming story when we come back.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
It's summer on the Suncoast, and you know what that means.
It's Friday Fest season, and you're invited. Hi, I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Join ABC 7 at the Van Wazel on September 15th and group to the Funk and Soul Party Band, Reverend Barry and Funktastic Soul.
We'll be there too. Bring your friends and rock the night away.
For more information, call this number.
Or go to mysuncoast.com/FridayFest.
Presented by Gettle Automotive and Cool Today.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Welcome back. 5:54 this morning. Here are some of the top stories on the Suncoast today. Both Manatee and Sarasota counties have declared voluntary evacuations. Residents are encouraged to learn their evacuation zone and the location of open shelters nearest to their homes. Plus, first responders and hospitals on the Suncoast are putting their hurricane action plans in place. Area hospitals like Sarasota Memorial are still debating whether or not to go into lockdown. And in Manatee as well as Sarasota County, sandbags will be available at numerous locations from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. today. We have that information for you on our website, mysuncoast.com. Finally this hour, despite Irma getting ready to bear down on Florida, that is not stopping Floridians from showing some incredible acts of kindness. Pam Brecky was searching for a generator at a Lowe's near Orlando when she was told there were none left. Now Brecky broke down. She needed that generator for her father, who was on oxygen. That's when Ramon Santiago saw Brecky in tears and handed over his generator. Santiago couldn't say much to Brecky because of a language barrier, but that did not stop him from helping out someone in need. Definitely some heartwarming video you can see on social media when she hugs him, and she's just crying with such excitement that she was able to be able to help her father with that. So
that is so awesome.
Yeah.
What a great story. Which goes to show that everybody with special needs should be now absolutely registered with the county
for
their special needs program. That's an important thing to do. Lots of things can still go on in the weather. We are still, 2 days out, so there's plenty that can change. We're forecasting really day by day, hour by hour with this storm as we go along. But we got a new track in, and we'll detail the forecast based on that track coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you, John. Well, we will be back with more news and weather after this.